welcome back to the Art in Gaming. Today, we're gonna go old school. Rising from the ashes of the video game crash of 1983, the Nintendo Entertainment System dominated the third-generation console market. Even though the NES weighed in less powerful than the competition at the time, developers were really beginning to explore more complex designs and ways to push the NES hardware to drive better gameplay, visuals, and rich environments.
Sir, we have Trooper Spencer with Special Enhancements Command online.
Oh, thank God. Greetings, soldier. In case you haven't noticed, we've got a major shitstorm brewing all over sectors 1 through 19. Hell, even access to the damn neutral zones are blocked. To make matters even worse, our initial infiltration team headed by Super Joe has gone missing and is presumed captured. The dictator and general of the Bad's army, Generalissimo Kilt, is conducting a massive, aggressive military expansion for territories and resources. We're not sure what it's all about. This is why we sent Joe in. The command is as follows. Enter into the enemy area and rescue Super Joe while staying in touch with agents working inside the enemy territory. We're relying on you, son. Good luck and Godspeed.
Connection terminated.
Bionic Commando is truly unique, and while it retained little compared to its arcade predecessor, it sported a good-looking design. The visuals included a lot of shadowing, beveling, and richly textured environments. The game also kept the fundamentals of both visuals and mechanics that made the arcade title unique and milked them to their limits. Many arcade titles were finding their way onto the NES, and of course many of these titles were popular arcade-style shooters. Graphically, NES could not keep up with the arcade console hardware, but developers made valiant efforts to offer similar experiences. Not every title transitioned successfully, and many of the visuals left some scratching their heads, wondering where the essence of fun in their arcade title had gone. The graphical power that was available on the NES was limited to the onboard hardware, or any additional resources that the cartridge held. The developers knew that since there was no way to match those levels, there were still ways to enhance the game using what resources were available to the NES. Rather than loose representations of arcade-similar objects or characters, we see originality, and efforts to enrich the environments with added details. Character sprites were composed of 8 pixel by 8 pixel tiles. 8 by 16 was also an option. This Bionic Commando 1-up icon takes up a total of 6 tiles, out of a total supported on-screen maximum of 64. Background tiles were composed in the same fashion, and these tiles could be combined into tile sets. Considering that the NES was working with an effective resolution of 256 by 240, it wasn't easy painting a pretty picture. Depending on what version of the game you played, Rad or Lad Spencer is designed as a next-generation commando, a new and more youthful design, compared to the Super Joe character that is loosely related to this game. Enemies in this game attempt to retain the likenesses found in the arcade version. The enemies offer variation, not just in the way they look, but in the ways they attack and move, and they are assigned to levels where they function best. The Bad's leader, Generalissimo Kilt, is like a rough combination of two well-known World War II dictators, Benito Mussolini and the flamboyant Generalissimo Francisco Franco. Could it be that another Capcom villain has been trading insider fashion secrets? Many of the bosses in Bionic Commando suffer from Ed 209 syndrome. They may look large and intimidating, but they're nothing but a pushover. Bionic Commando is a fine statement of a game that took the NES into territories others dare not enter. The thought of a platform-style title that did not offer a jump option sounds like suicide, but Capcom's bionic arm proved to be far more successful than just toppling an evil army. Even with the NES's limited collision detection abilities, controlling Rad and maneuvering through tight spaces and numerous enemies was done with little sacrifice to an engaging experience. The levels themselves also suggest an aggressive military push in strategic locations, such as a radio outpost in the mountains, a material mining facility, shipping yards, and manufacturing facilities. You get the impression that you are in fact taking on a force with a hidden agenda, and that's where this game gets most interesting. Now let's look at the Bionic Commando story as it was originally told. In Japan, this tale was called Top Secret, The Resurrection of Hitler, and the Nazi references were plain and bold as day. Regardless of the story changes, the adventure remained the same. This title is a shining example of Japanese gaming being localized for US and European markets. Yet somehow the game's explosive climax passed the censors, giving Bionic Commando veterans an unforgettable conclusion to an already remarkable experience. For some gamers, beating Bionic Commando was a rite of passage. It also marked a time when NES titles were growing up along with their devoted gamers. And of course, Hitler's exploding head was a welcome surprise treat. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on The Art in Gaming.